welcome to the show.
Thank you. Big fan.
Congratulations on yet another successful project. Does it ever get tiring? Just like winning, does it ever get tiring?
I don't know. I'm tired a lot because I work too hard.
You're doing extremely well. I mean, like, you've always been a talented individual, but it feels like now that hard work and talent is paying off in everything that you're doing. I mean, Hamilton is a huge success that people are still trying to get tickets all the time for the show. And now you're in a world where you're branching into acting. We're seeing you in movies. We're seeing you creating a new show here, his Dark Materials. I love the books.
Yeah.
I love the books, And I've always been waiting for somebody to just like go in and tell the story. Were you a fan of the books as well?
Huge fan of the books. Just so surreal and so rich and gorgeous, and never in a million years thought that I'd get to live in that.
Right.
You know, to dive into your favorite book and play a part is like a very surreal experience.
How do you prepare to act alongside like a giant polar bear? No, because like actors always be like, you know, for this role, what I did was I
went to the Arctic.
I went to, and I went like, did you do any like did you go to the zoo? Did you do anything?
Not really.
No?
No, I worked on the accent a little bit. I have a lot of family in Texas, actually.
Right.
I have a lot of Mexican family on my mom's side, so I was just sort of channeling San Antonio and Corpus Christi.
Right.
And trying not to go full Yosemite Sam. And then, you know, really the fun was they had these amazing puppeteers to sort of play the demon. So we were not acting with like tennis balls.
Nice. Okay.
We had like
So you actually had.
I had like a rabbit. Yeah, I'll tweet it. There was like a puppet of a rabbit, and I talked to her, and she was great, and she was my buddy. And what's fun about the world is like every two-person scene's a four-person scene. So like you and I would be talking.
Yes.
And I've got like, let's say mine is like a little rat.
Yes.
And he's like checking out your demon, and
what is my demon?
I don't know. You read the books.
Yeah, but how do you?
Who would embody your demon? What
like
does
what
your
kind
soul
of-
look like in animal
What would my
form?
soul look like in animal form? I would go with a panda bear. Yeah. I
Can
think
you
it's.
imagine just watching the Daily Show and then there's just a little panda bear that also
I think that would be pretty dope.
sits here?
Yeah, I like the panda because it's half black, half white. I think it's vibe. That's like the vibe. You know?
Great.
Yes.
Great.
And it doesn't like to have sex if people are watching. I mean, that's pretty much what I love about panda bears.
Yeah, and sometimes falls out of trees. while
I do fall out of
napping.
trees.
Yeah.
But this project has been really cool. And then while this is happening, you've got another show that you've launched on Broadway.
Yeah. We're doing a Broadway run of Freestyle Love Supreme, which is a hip-hop improv group that I've been in for like 15 years.
Yes.
And that's been the opposing muscle group on all the other projects.
Right.
Because it's a completely improvised show. I perform in it like twice a week.
That's the cool thing about the show, though. A lot of people don't realize this, is Lin-Manuel performs in the show. It's freestyle hip-hop. Everything is happening. It's improvised on the night for the audience. It's getting rave reviews. But what's great is you pop in, and no one knows when you're going to pop in.
Yeah.
So I heard, like, yesterday, for instance, I was talking to someone who's at the show, and they were like, oh, I was having a great time. And then it was, like, near the end of the show, and they're like, oh, Lin didn't come, but I was like, what a great show. And then you came out, and then the person says they, like, peed themselves a little bit.
Yes.
Because they weren't expecting it now.
Yeah, and that was a really funny one because the person was like a huge Hamilton fan, and she was freaking out because Chris Jackson was there. He was already on stage.
Yes, exactly.
And she was like, Chris Jackson's here, George Washington's here. And then they were like, and we do this thing where we interview someone, we do their whole day, and then we do like a hip-hop musical version of their day. And Shockwave, our beatboxer, plays their body, and then I play their mind, and I came out and played her mind. And I think I saw her pee. I think I saw the moment. It was sort of like the good congressman's fart. It was sort of like a pause.
And then a release.
Yes, and that's live theater, baby.
Let me ask you this. You're so good at crafting material. You're so good at writing stories and acting in something that's prepared. Improv comes with a completely different muscle. You know, you're freestyling and you're hip-hopping, you know, throughout the show. What do you think you enjoy more? Just like on like a raw level of like, oh, this is like completely just easy fun.
I think of it as I literally think of it as like opposing muscle groups. Like, it took me a year to write my shot in Hamilton, but I went and did Freestyle Love Supreme is you're getting our best first draft in real time.
Right.
And you're bringing the ingredients. We're like a bunch of chefs on stage, and you give us the words, and we cook up whatever we can in that moment and sort of throw it back to you.
Fun.
So it strengthens the other thing because it also forces you not to be precious about your writing because you're like, I can't, I just did a 90-minute show last night.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Do you ever like get bored of people asking you to freestyle in real life? Because let's be honest, you have become the hip hop guy.
Yeah.
and now you have the freestyle show, and it's like, so it's freestyle and it's hip hop. So like, I feel like everywhere you go, people are just like, oh my God, Lin, how are you?
You know what?
It's a coffee mug.
Yeah.
A boo boo chi,
Well,
a boo boo
what's
chi,
tough is-
a boo boo chi, a boo boo chi. I love coffee, and I want to say, you drink it every day. Come on, Lin.
Yeah.
Be honest with me. How many people do that to you?
Well, only reporters. What my new thing that I've done, and you could probably do an amazing supercut on this because
Yes.
you guys are wizards at that, is like, my new thing is I say, I will freestyle if you beatbox. So you could do a supercut of like
We're gonna find that.
reporters beatboxing
gonna find
just
that.
to get me to freestyle. And it's a lot of like little white ladies being like, it's pretty
You know what?
funny.
You've just sent me on my next mission. Thank you so much
Thank
for being
you
on the
so
show.
much.
I'm gonna
Come
find
to the
every
show.
single one of those clips. His Dark Materials as Mondays at 9 p.m. on HBO. The one and only Lin-Manuel Miranda.